So since it's the All-Star break and there's no baseball today, I decided today I'm going to come on. I talk about the Nationals all the time. I'm going to build the perfect offseason in 2025 into 2026 for the Washington Nationals. And obviously you see James Wood right here. It's going to be much more than just James Wood today. But I'm going to build the entire 26-man roster, make some moves, which I think can make the Nationals competitive in 2026. The window has basically been pushed back, but I'm here to say there's no reason to completely rebuild. You just need to make adjustments, and I don't even think you have to completely rebuild the farm. You kind of did that with the draft with the Willits pick and the Harmon pick and the various different high school guys you got, Coy James and company. What can be done for the Nationals this offseason is stick to 4 to 6 year deals, because really, again, the window starts in 2030. At least that's what the org has told us. So either you can sit around and just be bad for 4 more seasons, or you can try to just put a serviceable team together until that winning core supposedly, again, comes up in 2030 with the Coy James of the world, with Eli Willits of the world. By then, hopefully, Susana and Sikora are up as well. I'll get into all of this in today's video. So before we get into it, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. We do daily MLB best bets here on the channel. On Greedo Plays MMA, the other channel, we have got our UFC 318 predictions this week. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, PFL Africa predictions as well. Johnny Eplin, Costello, Van Steenes. Okay, so I'm just going to go name by name with the Washington Nationals, at least in 2026. And I'm going to give you contract details and everything that I think should be done. First off, I'm bringing back Kyle Schwarber. Yep. If I am the Washington Nationals, I am doing everything physically possible to get Kyle Schwarber back on this baseball team. And oh, he's 32. By 2026, he's going to be 33. I don't care. Give him 4 years. I don't give a damn, because this is my mindset with a lot of these signings, and the signings that I'm proposing aren't even crazy. The reason why I say I don't care about a 33-year-old and he'll be off the books by 37 is that, okay, this is Schwarber's last big contract. The Nationals have a choice this offseason. Either they can continue to do what they're doing, and you're going to get, big moments out of Wood, Abrams, and Gore. The latter two, hopefully they're still there in the offseason. You can get great moments out of these guys. They can, be the young, scrappy Nats who are just trying to build towards something, or you can keep the young pieces that you actually like and go out and get big free agents to go alongside them. And if this core right now doesn't work, then you could completely just tear it up again and get ready for that window with Eli Willits in 2030. So I think, and also it's a big reason we try to win now, so James Wood actually re-signs with the team. This is a guy from Maryland who should want to play here. You just have to put a winning product around him. And Mackenzie Gore, and CJ Abrams, and Dylan Cruz. The first thing you can do is make Kyle Schwarber your leadoff hitter. He will be 33 when he signs this contract. He'll be 37 by the time he's off it. I am proposing Kyle Schwarber 4 years, $110 million. Might be an overpay. I really don't care. We have nothing to lose. And again, this is all going to come down to if the learners are actually willing to spend money. I am going to believe for now that DeBartolo is going to get them to spend because it's a new era of Nats baseball. At the deadline or at the break right now, Kyle Schwarber has 30 home runs and 70 RBI. I know he won the home run derby in the All-Star game yesterday for the National League. Again, I don't care. He bats .247. And this is a guy that I would love to have as the leadoff hitter for this baseball team. You could bat him third. I have him at the leadoff spot because we've seen it before here in DC, obviously back in 2021. I loved having Schwarber as a member of the Nationals back then. June was just incredible. One of my favorite months ever watching Washington Nationals baseball was June 2021. Kyle Schwarber. So I'd love to have him back. He's just going to DH. And is this an overpay for a designated hitter? It might. I don't care. I want the power in the lineup. The Nationals have been the lowest home run hitting team over the last 5 years or since 2020. Yeah, we need power in the lineup immediately. I don't care if I'm overpaying for Kyle Schwarber. I'm getting him. And I hope and I think DeBartolo kind of shares that same mindset of, okay, let's go get power bats as was seen in the MLB draft. Again, go get Kyle Schwarber. 2 spots, James Wood. You saw this earlier. There's no reason, again, to move him out the 2. You'll see who I have in the 3, and I think it makes more sense for James Wood to bat before the 3 spot. This is the best hitter in baseball when he's on. I know right now, currently at the All-Star break, he's going through a little bit of a slump. This is a 280 hitter, 24 home runs, 70 RBI. 9th best OPS in all of baseball. You put him and Kyle Schwarber back-to-back in a lineup, that's danger for the entire league. Just is. You have 2 of the best power hitters in baseball hitting back-to-back. You thought Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper are scary? Wait till you get Kyle Schwarber and James Wood. And Kyle Schwarber in DC again, where he was electric that one season. One season with the Nats, one All-Star appearance for Kyle Schwarber. It is more than, the Nats are more than capable of signing free agents. They just haven't done it since that 2020 offseason where they went out and got a guy like Kyle Schwarber when they made the trade for Josh Bell. Pirates Josh Bell, obviously. Yeah, I think this is really achievable for the Nats. Obviously going Schwarber and Wood. This, James Wood will be a National. This is the biggest lock I can give you for who's going to be on the opening day roster next year. Beyond James Wood, there's the only other lock I can there's two other locks, Dylan Cruz and Brady House. The rest of the team, yeah, there's a lot of just question marks for the squad. James Wood's going to be the 2 hitter next year, and I think the number 3 hitter, if I could have it my way, is CJ Abrams. I know what you're thinking. CJ Abrams is a leadoff hitter right now. I think Abrams would be much better deeper in the lineup. The Nats have toyed with this a little bit. I remember early in the season, I think it was the Miami series, they had Alex Call batting leadoff, and they went Wood in the 2 and Abrams in the 3. I like that a lot more. You look at CJ Abrams' numbers, 290 hitter, 12 home runs, 33 RBI. Again, RBIs are down just because he always hits with no one on base. I really think if you move Abrams back in the lineup, he gets so much better. And you have him hit behind a guy like James Wood. Again, we'll see how much Kyle Schwarber is going to be on the base paths, obviously, because most of his hits are just going to be home runs. But I want to get Abrams in situations next season where he does have chances to drive guys in, where he has chances to collect some RBI. Guys, CJ Abrams next season is going to be 25 years old. He is going to be officially hitting his prime next season. That should be prime territory for Abrams to really get going. Again, I don't want to see the Nationals squander this CJ Abrams opportunity. I know, again, Eli Willits is going to be coming through the org eventually. You have a guy, Luke Dickerson, who the Nats are pretty high on right now, currently in Fredericksburg Low A, who's actually struggling. He's batting .220, and I was supposed to believe that was the reason they went Seaver King. It is what it is. Maybe Abrams' future is at second base. Maybe his future is in the outfield. For now, he is the starting shortstop for the Washington Nationals. I really hope they don't trade CJ. I think that is still a year away. The Mackenzie Gore trade is the one that scares me a lot. CJ Abrams, though, the number 3 hitter for the Nationals next season at shortstop, I think it's a great spot for him. Hitting behind James Wood and Kyle Schwarber, I would absolutely love it. In the 4 spot, this is the biggest contract we are handing out this offseason. Yeah, I believe the Washington Nationals should go sign Pete Alonso. I don't like the Mets. I really like Pete Alonso. I don't know if the Nationals would need to pay more than this, and I would be willing to up this contract. 6 years, $200 million. If it's more, and that's fine. If I'm the Nationals, I am paying as much money as physically possible over the course of 6 to 7 years, yes, to get Pete Alonso. He's 30, and he will be 31 at the start of next season. I don't care. Actually, I'd probably cap at 6 years. Probably the most I would give Pete. This is a guy who is obviously year in and year out one of the best power hitters in baseball. And the way that I want the Washington Nationals to build for the next decade, or at least the second half of the 2020s until their big prospects come up in the 2030s, I want power hitting guys. I'm so sick of this team being the lowest power hitting team in baseball year in and year out. You go add Kyle Schwarber and you add Pete Alonso. It's something the Philadelphia Phillies are 100% going to try to do as well. Obviously retain Schwarber and get Alonso to join their lineup. I think the Nationals should try to go out and get both of these National League East players. Alonso at the at the All-Star break right now, batting .280, 21 home runs, 77 RBI, 5th most RBI in all of baseball, 11th highest OPS, in all of baseball. You can't ask for many better first basemen in the MLB. There's really not. You saw it in the All-Star game, obviously, the 3-run shot. Alonso consistently, though, is one of the best first basemen in baseball every single season. I know this year has been an all-time high for him, and, the opt-out that he's going to get in this offseason is going to be huge because now he's going to be able to go chase that contract. Don't forget last year, though, the Nationals were really tied to Alonso. Come last offseason, the Nationals were actually the odds-on favorites in Vegas to go out and get Pete. Obviously, they didn't take advantage of that opportunity, and look at the season he's having right now. His WAR is 3 at the All-Star break. I mean, it's just, he's going to have his highest WAR of his MLB career this season besides his rookie year in 2019. And we could have had him. But the Nationals fumble that opportunity. You're going to get another shot. Pay this man the money right now. Do not squander this opportunity. He's going to opt out, obviously, because the most money to be made for Pete Alonso is going to come in the offseason. Go out and give him 6 years, $200 million. If you need to pay more, pay more. 6 years is what I want it at because that contract would expire in 2032. 5 years would be the best, but I don't think Pete's going to want to sign a 5-year deal. So a 6-year deal, $200 million, I think it's appropriate. I think it's appropriate. And now, and again, this would require, the learners to get out their checkbooks. But if your 1, 2, 3, 4 are Kyle Schwarber, James Wood, CJ Abrams, Pete Alonso, you have built automatically the best team in the National League East. Not joking. The pitching, we'll get to that. And I think there are some solutions with pitching. But yeah, you get that 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the best team in the NL East. And it's not even close in my opinion. 5 spots, Luis Garcia Jr. Okay, so I went back and forth on this one, whether or not to bring Luis back. I've decided to go yes on Garcia coming back. And here's why. I think Luis can still be really valuable for this baseball team. I think he can. He's a 260 hitter. Home runs are down this season. He's only hit 7. He's great, though, in spots. 43 RBI, which I know isn't tremendous. But I do think Luis Garcia, if the org actually puts confidence within this guy, puts confidence with him and say, all right, we're done platooning you. We're going to hit you against lefties every single day, and actually put some confidence behind this guy, I think he can be really good. If it doesn't turn out, it is what it is. We get rid of him and we move on at second base. Next year, I think if the Nationals don't move on from Luis Garcia, A, at the trade deadline or B, in the offseason this year, is going to be make or break for the guy. He'll be 26 years of age. He's due for a contract coming up. Let him try to play for that contract. Again, he'll be 26 next season. I think it gets forgotten about a lot with Luis Garcia Jr. Is his age. He's still so young because he came up at 19 years old. No, it was 20. Definitely did not come up at 19, but he might have. Did he come up at? He did. Maybe for the end of his 19-year-old year. I know he was up, in 2020, obviously. He might have been 19 when he first got the call. He might have been. He was very early 20, regardless. Back when he wore the double-digit number. Was it 62 or 61 he wore? Yeah, I think this is a must-have again. It's make or break for Luis in this next season, but I do think he can still be really good for the Nationals. I love the swing out of Luis Garcia. His defense, again, leaves a lot to be desired. I think you put him in the 5, you put him behind a lot of good hitters, he's going to have to step up. So that's what I'd like at the 5 spot, Luis Garcia being our second baseman. 6 spot, Dylan Cruz. This is the no-brainer, obviously. There are 3 guys in the Washington Nationals lineup that I can 100% guarantee you will be on the opening day roster and start on opening day next year, barring injuries. It's James Wood, it's Dylan Cruz, and Brady House. Beyond those 3 guys, I can't guarantee you any starters. Not even Mackenzie Gore, because who knows? Not even a CJ Abrams, right? These are the only 3 guys I can guarantee you that are going to be back. And I'll talk about Brady House in a second. We still haven't seen much of Dylan Cruz because of the injury, so we don't know. At the time of his injury, he was batting .205, but I will not forget, Dylan Cruz was heating up mightily prior to that injury. He had a 2-home-run game a day before he got hurt. I am still under the belief that Dylan Cruz is going to be an elite baseball player for years to come. I still think Dylan Cruz, and I know Paul Skeens is great. He just started his 2nd All-Star game in back-to-back seasons. I still think when it's all said and done, Dylan Cruz is going to have the bigger career. I firmly believe that, okay? And that's just not me being a Dylan Cruz fan, even prior to him being on the Washington Nationals. I was a huge Dylan Cruz guy when he was at Louisiana State. I believe in this guy. I watched him win the Golden Spikes, obviously, in college. The swing, I still think, has all the potential to be great. I see Bryce Harper in Dylan Cruz, just from the right side of the plate. Dylan Cruz will be elite. Next season in 2027, he will be batting 2nd in this lineup, okay? For now, he's going to be batting 6th, and he's also a premium glove in the outfield as well. I absolutely love Dylan Cruz. He's the man. 7 spot, Brady House. So again, like I said earlier, I can guarantee to you that Brady House and Dylan Cruz will be on the opening day roster next year and starting again, barring an injury. I'm really happy with Brady House right now. I really am. I'm really glad about what he's done. Brady House right now has caught fire, right? Before the All-Star break, Brady House hits 2 home runs in Milwaukee on a game on Saturday that they should have won, but we choked it. It is what it is. But House is heating up, right? He's batting .260. He is an elite glove at third base. You're not going to find a bigger Trey Lipscomb truther than myself. I love Trey Lipscomb. And the reason why I've always wanted Trey Lipscomb on this roster was for his glove. Well, I'm just going to be honest. There's really no more need for Trey Lipscomb. I think there is a spot for Trey Lipscomb in the MLB, and if it's not with the Nationals, I would love to see Trey Lipscomb get a spot somewhere else in the majors. I firmly believe he can be an MLB player for years to come. But there's really no reason to have Trey Lipscomb anymore because he hits both right-handed hitters, him and Brady House, and Brady House does play a premium glove at third base similar to Trey Lipscomb. I'd argue that Lipscomb's glove might actually be better, and that just goes to show how good Trey Lipscomb is defensively, but at the plate, obviously, it's not even close. Brady House, sure, limited sample size, but in that limited sample size, Brady House is batting .260, 2 home runs, 12 RBI. I'll take it, right? Couldn't hit his first home run for weeks. Finally gets 2 in that Milwaukee game. We should have won that game. That House went off, but he's only 22. We've been waiting on the Brady House project for years now, and I do think, again, he is going to be here to stay for a while. We talk about the young core coming up. He's probably part of that core in the 2030s, I would assume, right? I would hope. We just need to see, again, the K rate go down. We still need to see that, and we need to see higher exit velos on his swings. Both those, this is a great player. This is going to be a great player because of his glove. And again, if he can make some adjustments at the plate, I do believe Brady House is going to be amazing for the Washington Nationals for many years. So, yeah, Brady House in the 7th spot. 8th spot, Dalen Lyle. Yeah, might be, other than the free agency guys, this might be the most shocking one in the bunch. I believe in Dalen Lyle a lot. And if Dalen Lyle doesn't perform, we have options, right? We'll get to the bench unit, but this probably shouldn't come as a surprise to many. I have Jacob Young staying with the team and on the bench. Now, Jacob Young, I don't think he's an everyday outfielder. I think he's a great defensive guy. At the same time, I think Dylan Cruz can kind of do what Jacob Young does defensively. I would start Dalen Lyle, and with the possibility and definite possibility of Jacob Young still playing twice a week, you know? Personally, Jacob Young's a great fielder. I kind of want Jacob Young, if he is going to be in the spot next year, which he should be, going, in and out with Dalen Lyle. I actually want JY in right field. I want Dylan Cruz playing center field all the time. I don't care. JY's faster. JY can make nice plays out there. I know, again, he doesn't have the best arm. I'm okay with that. I want Jacob Young in right. I want Dylan Cruz to play center field every single day with the Nationals, okay? And unless it's DC's day off, Jacob Young's not playing center anymore. Nothing against Jacob Young. It's just Dylan Cruz is our up-and-coming superstar who we need to play center field every single day. I don't want DC in right anymore. I just don't. But anyways, the everyday right fielder is going to be Dalen Lyle until further notice, right? Lyle right now at the break, hitting .235, 2 home runs, 8 RBI. I'm not too concerned about the power. Again, I think that will kind of develop eventually. Dalen Lyle is still only 22 years of age. He's still a young baseball player who had his 14-game hit streak already this season. Obviously, it's over now. Averages down to 235, but Dalen Lyle started his MLB career like 1 for 20-something, right? So he's still trying to, get back that average. He's batting .235 right now. I believe in Dalen Lyle a lot still. I think he can be a great bat from the left side of the plate. And I do think he deserves to be an everyday starter going forward. I was a big RH3 guy, and I still am, but there is a reason Robert Hassel is not on the opening day roster, and I'm going to go over that in just about a minute here. But Dalen Lyle is my guy that I would like to be the starting right fielder next season. Power might not be all there, but the contact hitting is. He is a very good defensive guy as well. I do think Dalen Lyle has all the makings to be a really good baseball player. He's just 22. He's just young, and that's the problem with a lot of guys in this Nationals lineup, so that's why I have brought on a bunch of veterans who have been former All-Stars before. Because if you can if you can pair this Nationals lineup with actual All-Stars like Alonso and Schwarber, rather than Ahmed Rosario, Josh Bell, and Nathaniel Lowe, this team could be competitive. You just need to pair them with the right guys to get that young core and elevate the young core. Right now, Dalen Lyle is not being elevated by hitting around Ahmed Rosario and Josh Bell. I love Josh Bell, but putting him around Alonso and Schwarber, yeah, that elevates a guy, okay? Dalen Lyle is the right fielder. And behind the dish, it is Harry Ford. Okay, so here's the thing about Harry Ford. I 100% want Harry Ford on this team next year, and obviously the Nationals have to trade for him, so here it is, okay? The trade I am proposing for Harry Ford to join the Washington Nationals, by the way, don't forget, Harry Ford is completely blocked by Cal Raleigh. He's 100% blocked. They got Rayleigh there too in Seattle, but Harry Ford, there's nowhere for him to go. And this is a trade I would make in the offseason, and maybe the Mariners shop Ford right now as they prepare for their playoff push in 2025. But the trade I am proposing for Harry Ford is a good one, okay? There are no top prospects in this trade. Well, there is, but obviously not in the top 100. And obviously Ford is in the top 40-ish in the top 100 prospects list. The trade I'm proposing to the Seattle Mariners is Alex Clemmie, a high A pitcher right now for the Washington Nationals. He has amazing stuff. He's 19 years of age, 3.3 ERA, but the swing and miss stuff right now is absolutely insane out of Alex Clemmie. If you don't know who he is going to be a monster at the major league level. I think that's the main prize in this Harry Ford trade, alongside a guy in Alex Call, who, let's just be honest, probably a bench bat, but a 290 hitter off the bench who has got sneaky pop at times. I like Call a lot, but I think he would go in this trade. And then you bring in a guy like Nathaniel Lowe, who the Mariners have an obvious first base problem right now. I'm not telling you again that this trade's going to happen at the deadline, but if it does, again, that solves their problem there. I expect the Mariners to go out and trade for a first baseman at the trade deadline. A guy like Josh Naylor. Naylor's on an expiring contract. I expect it to be a rental type deal that the Mariners get at the deadline. So Nathaniel Lowe can be their solution for next season. He can be part of the Harry Ford trade. You get better there. And the final piece, I'm trading RH3. Love Robert Hassel III. This is a guy who has great potential, okay? He's back in AAA for now, changed up the swing a little bit. RH3 right now is batting over 300 in AAA. He got a taste of the majors. He will definitely be back by the end of the season with the Washington Nationals. My problem with RH3 is there's just nowhere for him to go with Dylan Cruz, James Wood, and Dalen Lyle. And I do have Jacob Young being the bench guy right now in the outfield for the Nationals, and I would love that to be RH3, but RH3's got way more value than Jacob Young does. So as a whole, I believe the trade should be Harry Ford for Alex Clemmie, Alex Call, Nathaniel Lowe, and Robert Hassel III. And I did run this by a Seattle Mariners fan. One of my good friends is a Seattle Mariners fan, and he said, sounds about Seattle, because they're trading for two 30-year-olds. But again, Alex Clemmie is all the makings to be great. Robert Hassel as well. I did throw in the possibility of Seaver King, but it makes more sense for Seattle to go out and get outfield prospects and obviously a starting pitcher. So that's the trade I'm proposing for Harry Ford. For the Nationals' sake, this solves your catching problem. Just does. Keibert Ruiz isn't good. And yes, you are tied to Keibert Ruiz for the next 4 seasons. That's okay. The window doesn't open until 2030. Harry Ford is still very young. He was born in 2003, right? This is a guy who's going to hit for high average, and he's good behind the dish as well. I would absolutely love this. Get the 22-year-old and bring him in immediately into the nation's capital. Okay, so let's move on now to our quick bench unit. Okay, the 4 guys off the bench. I'm not going to take too much time on this. Keibert Ruiz, you're tied to the money. I've already talked about Jacob Young. He is a good defensive substitution late in games. He can run at the end of games. I don't mind having Jacob Young around, okay? I like Jacob Young. It's just he can't be a starter, I don't think, every single day. I think he can play 2 days out the week, okay? Get some guys off their feet. You can have James Wood DH every once in a while. Actually, no, Kyle Schwarber's the DH, so that's not a thing. Dalen Lyle can play 5 games out of 7. Jacob Young plays 2. Okay, so Jacob Young's going to play more than these other guys. Jose Tena, Andres Chaparro. They're here. Chaparro brings the power. Jose Tena brings just an alternate bat from the left side of the plate. It's really all that is. So, again, those guys aren't going to see the field much. Tena, obviously, an infielder. He can play short. He can play third. He's not going to play much, obviously. There's no platoon spot for him. It's just when he's needed and when he's needed off the bench again in spots at the same time. Andres Chaparro, for example, if there's a lefty-lefty spot late in games and Dalen Lyle's at the plate, then okay, we go to Andres Chaparro, and then boom, Jacob Young can go play as the defensive substitution late, right? That's the moves I would make. Chaparro still leaves a lot to be desired at the plate. Was not good at the major league level so far this season. I still believe power threat. That's kind of what I think Chaparro is going to be for his career. That's nothing wrong with that too. I think he's going to be really effective in that role. So that's the bench unit I'd go with for 2026. Okay, let's go on to the pitching. Mackenzie Gore, first off here. This is an obvious one, obviously. I don't see a reason for the Nationals to trade Gore just yet. I just don't. And I'm under the belief that they should just go for it. I don't want a rebuild again. And I know, again, our window starts in 2030. I just don't care, personally. I don't care for that 2030 window. I know you're not going to get prospects out of the guy if you continue just to try to go for it for the next 3 years. But at some point in time, you have to go for it if you're the Washington Nationals. You can't go through, I'm so serious, 10 straight years of losing. You got to try eventually. There's no reason to trade Mackenzie Gore. You have one of the best pitchers in baseball on your team right now, a top 5 pitcher in the sport. And I get it. The return on Gore would be, the Garrett Crochet return. I don't care personally. I rather have Gore around. Sure, there are guys that I'm going to tell you that I think the Nationals are going to spend on in the offseason, or at least I would spend on in the offseason. You're not getting rid of a guy who's got a 3 ERA, who's got the 5th most strikeouts in all of baseball. You just don't get rid of him. Look at what Mackenzie Gore did in the All-Star game. 3 up, 3 down. Sure, they were all ground outs to Francisco Lindor, but Mackenzie Gore showed again. That's why Mackenzie Gore should have won All-Star Game MVP. All right, flawless inning. Just saying. Anyways, Dave Roberts. Quick tangent here. Dave Roberts hates James Wood. I mean, what are we doing? James Wood is the last guy to enter the All-Star game. I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the game for James Wood and Mackenzie Gore. You know, that's why I'm at my couch watching the All-Star game. And I have to wait till the bottom of the 8th inning to watch James Wood swing a baseball bat. And beyond that, too, by the way, he comes in for Hunter Goodman, who's the catcher. And then Hunter Goodman just comes back in the game. And what is this? What is this, Little League? We're putting guys back in the game after they got taken out? Like, what? At that point, put James Wood behind the dish. Why not? You know? But James Wood gets 1 at-bat. He has to swing at a 3-2 pitch. It is what it is. Chops it to short. It's a fielder's choice. But James Wood goes in that game after Kyle Stowers does. I like Stowers. Great player. Why is Kyle Stowers getting 2 at-bats and going in the game before James Wood? Why? James Wood is going to be top 5 in MVP voting this year in the National League. And Kyle Stowers gets to hit twice and before him? What are we doing? Jacob Mizorowski, different position, but Jacob Mizorowski's played 5 games so far in the MLB. He got to enter the game before James Wood did. James Wood saw 6 pitches, got to run the bases a little bit, and that was it. That's all he got in the All-Star game. Dave Roberts, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? I mean, I guess it doesn't get worse than Boone's decision to let Aranda hit the home run derby to win the game, but I mean, it's just like, what are we doing? Mackenzie Gore, though, flawless. Got to give Mackenzie a lot of credit. Again, this is an elite pitcher in baseball. James Wood, he's the best player in baseball. We didn't get to show it this All-Star break, and it's fine. You know, it's okay though, because you know we gotta keep James Wood under wraps for now. Okay, he's gotta be a kind of a sleeper guy. We can't let the world know about James Wood just yet. Okay, people will learn about James Wood in the 2026 playoffs. Okay, when he's hitting behind Kyle Schwarber and he's hitting in front of Pete Alonso. Okay, just wait. Anyways, Mackenzie Gore, yeah, this is the no-brainer ace of the rotation. Okay. Zach Gallen's next. I know what you're thinking. $150 million in 5 years for Zach Gallen. Okay, I wouldn't mind this being a 4-year contract. I just think Gallen being 30 years old in the offseason is probably going to want 5 years. I'm willing to bite. I think, honestly, you can probably get this for a lot cheaper. So right now, hesitantly, I have 5 years, $150 million. I think this will probably be a cheaper contract. I don't know. Okay, advanced metrics for Gallen actually don't look all that great. His stuff's been down this year. Everything's been down for Gallen. I mean, you can straight up just look at his ERA, 3.65 to 5.4. He's putting more runners on base. He's walking more guys, and he's giving up more home runs. Okay, everything has been down for Zach Gallen in 2025. He's bound to bounce back. I think Gallen's going to be traded at the deadline. I mean, the Diamondbacks are not in a position that they're going to win. I don't think Gallen, though, is going to be re-signed by the team that trades him. He's going to be nothing but a rental. So I think it's the perfect buy low spot for the Washington Nationals in the offseason. Kind of similar. Remember when they got Patrick Corbin coming off Arizona? Sure, Corbin didn't get traded prior to him signing with the Nats, but they got Patrick Corbin, who had a decent 2018, about a 3.6 ERA, if I remember correctly. Gallen, obviously much worse in 2025, but I think it's a perfect buy low spot for Zach Gallen. I would give him 5 years. Yes, 5 years. Again, our window doesn't start till 2030, so worst case, Gallen's around for the first year of the new Eli Willits window. That's okay. Get Gallen in the rotation here. What's the worst that could happen, right? I mean, he continues to pitch at a 5 ERA every single year. It is what it is. I mean, if that happens, whoops. I just don't think so. I do think Gallen is too good to pitch like he did this year. It is a rare outlier in the entire career of Zach Gallen. We will see what we get in the second half of the season for Zach Gallen, probably on a contender, I would assume. But throughout the man's career, he has been nothing but great in Arizona. Obviously, was a huge part of their World Series run in 2023, obviously, when they ultimately lost to the Texas Rangers. This is a guy, though, who should be a huge prize in free agency, and I think the Nationals should throw their name in the hat, right? I mean, what do you have to lose? You give him a Patrick Corbin-esque contract, and what's the worst thing that happens? He turns into Patrick Corbin. Okay, we weren't planning on winning until 2030 anyway. So give him the contract, and if it doesn't turn out, okay, he's not around for the next core anyways. Give the 30-year-old $150 million. Give him 5 seasons. I think this is actually a buy low spot for Gallen. If he was a free agent last offseason, he would have gotten a lot more. It's going to be Zach Gallen on a 5-year deal. There are probably going to be opt-outs on this, though. 100% there's going to be a 2-year opt-out here. Because if he pitches better, he's going to want to be on a new contract. That's fine. Give him the opt-out. I want to be competitive right now. And I just need something like Zach Gallen to get us into that competitive realm. Okay. Our third pitcher is going to be Zach Lytle. I'm going to give Lytle $68 million over 4 years. I don't know if that's an overpay or not. Because, okay, Lytle's ERA is really good this year. Does he go all that deep into games? Not entirely. This is a relief pitcher turned starter who can go deep into games. I'll always remember that 9-inning appearance complete game that he had in Houston against the Astros. Gave up 3 runs, but still went 9 innings because his team was up by 13. Lytle's ERA is 3.56 this season. He's got decent stuff. I like Lytle a lot. Obviously, his value's not going to be crazy, I don't think, just because this is by far the best year of Lytle's career. Obviously, again, right, reliever turned starter a couple seasons ago. I believe, 2024, I think, was his first year starting. No, he started some in 2023. I believe so. Yeah, started in 2023 for the first time. Obviously, a reliever with the San Francisco Giants and the Boston Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. Tampa turned him into a starter, and it's been the best thing that could happen to his career. Lytle is coming off a career best year this season, and we'll see again what Lytle does in the second half of the season and probably the postseason, maybe the postseason for the Tampa Bay Rays too. But this is a guy, I am giving money to. I'm giving 4 years, $68 million to the guy. It's not a crazy contract. If you need to pay more, that's fine. And again, my entire reasoning with all of these free agency guys is that, okay, you give Lytle 4 years. He will be off the books by 2030. The ETA for Eli Willetts is 2029 into 2030. Same thing with Coy James. Same thing with Landon Harmon. That's when we're going to get these guys, okay? You might as well try to win until these young guys are up. And you can still, again, work on the same plan that DeBartolo and these guys are looking at right now. Rebuild through the draft. And if it doesn't work out with Lytle, Gallen, Gore, you can always still trade them too. I know they're going to be on contracts, but if they just pitch well, teams are going to take a guy like Zach Gallen. Even, 2 years after that contract, if he's still putting up decent numbers and he has 3 years left on his deal, teams will trade for a 32-year-old Zach Gallen, okay? This is not, again, even going out and signing all of these guys, this is not even committing 100% to winning. It's just giving your fans a watchable product. And sure, I am saying, okay, let's go out and get 3 All-Stars. Is that all that crazy to say, though? Oh, let's get an older Schwarber, Pete Alonso, who we should have got last offseason, and Zach Gallen? It's really not. Zach Gallen is coming off a career worst year, and Zach Lytle, who's coming off a really good year, but we'll see what he is in 2026 away from Tampa. I like this move a lot. He's going to be our 3rd starter. Our 4th starter is going to be Jake Irvin. Now, this is where the rotation really kind of goes to crap, but I think Irvin still has the potential to be all right. The reason why I'm bringing Irvin back is you have no reason not to. I know his ERA hasn't been the best this season. It's 5.58, much worse from his really good 2024 campaign. You're not paying Jake Irvin a lot of money. You have no reason not to bring him back. I know sometimes he's unwatchable pitching-wise. He is just, Jake Irvin, though, in the spot where I have him next year, is actually, I think he can be really effective. Jake Irvin as a number 4 pitcher, I think is perfectly fine. And right now, if he was our 4th best pitcher, I would really like Jake, right? Okay, you're going to have to put runs when you're going to need to put runs on the board when Jake Irvin pitches. But he's our 4th starting pitcher. Okay. I just need Jake Irvin to have somewhat comparable numbers to 2019 Anibal Sanchez. Legitimately. Like that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. Anibal's really good in the playoffs. He was shaky at times in the regular season. Bared down in the second half of the season, don't get me wrong. I just need Jake Irvin to be serviceable. That's all I need out of Jake here. And I think he can do exactly that. So Jake Irvin, I just need him to put up about a 4 ERA next season, and I'll take him as our number 4 starter. He's got all the makings to still be really good. Strikeout numbers aren't bad. The velo's down, which I would expect it to be up by this time next season. I just need him to get an off season, get back in the lab, and hopefully not listen to Jim Hickey. So anyways, Jake Irvin, yes, the 4th starter on this team. 5th starter, staying in the org, Josiah Gray. Josiah Gray has forgotten a lot within the Nationals just because of the fact that he's been injured, had Tommy John. This was an all-star in 2023. I understand, the second half of his 2023 wasn't good. I know a lot of Nats fans are down on Josiah. You have no reason not to have Josiah Gray, though, be your 5th starter. It's either that or it's Mitchell Parker. I'm taking Josiah Gray. And right now I'm taking Josiah Gray too. I believe Josiah has to be back within the next month or 2. So I'm going to be very happy for that. Josiah Gray, this is a personal thing too. I love Josiah Gray. Josiah Gray is one of my favorite players on the team. Josiah Gray has been my favorite player at least, post-rebuild. Josiah Gray instantly became my favorite player when they traded for him, obviously, in the Max Scherzer deal. I understand a lot of Nationals fans are really down on that deal, and you have every right to be, obviously, because Keibert Ruiz has not performed up to expectation. Don't forget, first half of the season, Josiah Gray, though, in 2023, he was elite. He was really good in the first half of that year. 3 ERA, crazy strikeout numbers. The second half was rough, I understand. first half of 2025 are the 2 starts he had in 2025 against the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati, and then I believe it was Pittsburgh at home, weren't good. I get it. His ERA was like 13 before, obviously, he went out with Tommy John. I'm not going to hold Josiah Gray against those 2 starts. I understand he was pitching injured. I think he's going to be just fine in 2026. And all I'm asking for Josiah Gray, even though I really hope Josiah's an all-star, I hope Josiah gets back to that form. All I'm asking out of Joe, though, is to be a number 5 starter in baseball. Maybe 4. I think he has the potential to be better than Jake Irvin. If Josiah Gray can go out here and post a 4.5 ERA, I'll take it. Go out there and eat innings and be, again, if that's your number 5 starter, a former All-Star in Josiah Gray, I'm not upset with it. I still think the cutter can be really good out of Josiah. We'll see where the velo's at post-injury. I still believe in the slider as well. Give me Josiah, or the curveball, excuse me. Yeah, I think Josiah can still be nasty. Give me Josiah to be the 5th starter of this baseball team. Couple more things to just go over. The bullpen. Okay, I was going to go over the returning guys first, but I had this out of order. It's okay. Let's look at the 3 bullpen pieces. Not going to go over much of this, just because my main goal with the bullpen is, okay, it doesn't need to be these 3 guys specifically, right? It doesn't need to be Drew Pomeranz, Michael Kopech, and Tyler Rogers, okay? It could be different guys, and I wouldn't have the biggest problem with it if it is different guys, okay? So I want to make that very clear right now. However, yeah, real quick, I mean, like, this is what I have coming back. We'll get to that in a second. I just need serviceable guys in the bullpen, okay? It literally could be anybody. The one I really want is Michael Kopech, because I believe Michael Kopech has all the makings to be really good. He's just, again, kind of wild at times. He's going to be a free agent this year, obviously in the Dodgers right now. I need a veteran guy like Drew Pomeranz. It doesn't have to be Pomeranz, but I want a veteran guy who's a good left-handed thrower, okay? Because right now, our only lefty that I can really rely on is Jose Ferrer. We have Andrew Chafin too, but it's Andrew Chafin, okay? So I want a lefty who's reliable like Drew Pomeranz. He will be 37 next season. Give him a 1-year deal, okay? Give him a 1-year deal and let him pitch for this team. Michael Kopech, give Michael Kopech 3 years. Overpay him slightly. Yes, I would overpay Michael Kopech. I think he can be a really good late innings guy. The Dodgers used him in a lot of clutch spots last season. He got the save in game number 1 of the NLDS, got key saves throughout the postseason for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Kopech at his best can be really good, and I'm not even asking him to be a closer on this team, post-injury obviously this year. And the other guy, Tyler Rogers, again, just an older guy. I want some damn vets in this bullpen, not named Luis Garcia and Andrew Chafin. I want some better vets. Tyler Rogers does throw 82 miles an hour. He throws that stupid submarine pitch. It's annoying when he's not on your team, if you're not a Giants fan, but if he's on your team, you love it. I want that on my team. I want something annoying like that on my baseball team who can pitch in late inning spots. Tyler Rogers has been around for so long, and he's just accepted whatever role the San Francisco Giants throw at him. That is absolutely 100% a guy I want in this bullpen. Again, it doesn't even need to be these 3 type of guys, but my goal for the Nationals in the offseason is, okay, get 2 older veterans that are better than Luis Garcia and Andrew Chafin. So get a better version of Luis Garcia. That is Tyler Rogers. I know he throws nothing like Luis Garcia. Luis Garcia throws 18 miles an hour faster than Tyler Rogers. But get a guy, again, like Tyler Rogers, who's a righty, who's a vet, and get a veteran like Drew Pomeranz from, who's a southpaw. And then get a younger type guy in the bullpen like Michael Kopech, who can be here for years. So I would give a multi-year deal to Kopech, 1-year deals to Rogers and Pomeranz. And the returning guys in the bullpen, Cole Henry, Jose Ferrer, Kyle Finnegan, Brad Lord. Now, you're probably going to need to sign Kyle Finnegan in the offseason. Well, obviously you're going to have to. He's going to be a free agent. He's getting traded at the deadline, I think, unless Finnegan bombs his value so much like he did last year to the point where no team's going to really want to spend on Finnegan, or at least give the Nationals what they want for Kyle Finnegan. So at that point, it's like, all right, we'll just keep our closer for the rest of the season. I'm expecting the Nationals to trade Finnegan at the deadline. He's still posting a pretty good line this season. And I want Kyle Finnegan back as the closer of this baseball team. I know a lot of people don't like Kyle Finnegan, Nationals fans do. I do think Kyle Finnegan's still a really good closer. He will have his blow-ups. The most notable this season, I'm not going to count the Braves one that they ended up winning. The Ahmed Rosario walk-off. The 2 I will say are the Colorado blow-up and the Brewers just recently. Other than that, Kyle's been really effective this season, okay? He's got like 3 blown saves all year long. He's still top 5 in baseball, at least in the National League in saves. Finnegan's been very reliable, and I do think it's very important Kyle Finnegan does get the all-time record for most saves in Nationals history. Not Expos Nationals history, just Nats history. And this is the thing, too. Okay, give Finnegan another 1-year deal. pay him a little bit more, say, okay, thank you for coming back again, and thank you for accepting another 1-year contract for this baseball team. And all right, Finnegan doesn't pan out next season. There's Michael Kopech. Kopech can easily just be your closer. Jose Ferrer, though, is not my closer, okay? A lot of Nats fans wanted that. He's not ready for primetime just yet. Keep him around. Jose Ferrer and his saxophone should always be on the Major League roster. He's not a closer, though, at least not yet. Cole Henry, Brad Lord. Lord, much better than Henry. Lord, quietly, is one of the best relievers in baseball right now. Middle relief or late innings type guy. Cole Henry has been good, not great, but Henry, former starter, and Lord, former starter, turned bullpen guys, are very effective at points, especially Lord. There's no reason to get rid of them. And sure, yes, I am saying, okay, I'm keeping Eduardo Salazar down in the minors. I am keeping a Andre Laura for now down in the minors. I'm keeping a Jackson Rutledge down in the minors. I'm missing a guy. Oh my goodness. I'm missing another Dominican. Oh my goodness, this is bad. Not Salazar. I'm blanking, but I'm missing another younger guy. I'm keeping all those guys in AAA. These are the guys I want on the 26th man to start the season. So there it is. As we close again, here is my final Washington Nationals lineup. In a perfect world, this is what we get in 2026 for the Washington Nationals. Are these lofty expectations? 100%. And it would require the learners to spend. But here's my thought process one final time. If you are in a position where you have said, okay, we're going to pick Eli Willits, which is fine, and we're going to draft these young guys. We're going to draft a Coy James. We're going to draft a Landon Harmon. Guys who will be ready by the 2030s and be peaking in the 2030s. Let's just go be competitive right now. Sure, the window might start in 2030, but that's the window with the young guys plus Wood, House, and Cruz. For now, let's surround those guys with actual talent. So my roster, or my starting lineup for the Nationals next season on opening day, is Kyle Schwarber, James Wood, CJ Abrams in the 4, Pete Alonso, Luis Garcia at the 5, Dylan Cruz at the 6, Brady House in the 7, Dalen Lyle at the 8, and yes, Harry Ford in the 9. Off the bench, Keibert Ruiz, Jacob Young, Jose Tena, Andres Chaparro, possibly Trey Lipscomb. Our starting rotation, yes, we are going to go out and spend Mackenzie Gore. We're going to obviously keep Zach Gallen. We are spending in a buy low spot for Zach Gallen. I'm going to buy in on Zach Lytle, who I think is going to be good after a career best year in 2025. And then we're bringing back Jake Irvin, and Josiah Gray, coming off injury, will be our 5th starter. At the bullpen, again, you can throw in whoever you want in the bullpen. The guys who come to mind for me, get 2 vets, 2 older guys. Drew Pomeranz is your lefty veteran, and your righty veteran is Tyler Rogers. I get it, he throws 82 miles an hour. It's tricky to hit. And then the younger guy I'm bringing in the bullpen, going to be 29 years of age, I believe, Michael Kopech. Go out there and give him a multi-year deal. And then, of course, we're bringing back Cole Henry, Brad Lord, Jose A. Ferrer, and yes, I am re-signing Kyle Finnegan in the offseason. I expect the Nationals to move him, but I'm going to go out and re-sign him like Aroldis Chapman did back in the day. I'm going to go out and get Kyle Finnegan once more in another 1-year deal. If he doesn't perform, Kopech's your closer, but I want Kyle back, and I believe in Kyle Finnegan. So that's what I would do for the Washington Nationals in 2026. Folks, if you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. I'm planning on doing just an overall trade deadline video tomorrow, so make sure to join us for that tomorrow here on the channel. And then Friday, of course, and throughout the rest of the baseball year, we're back with MLB Best Bets. So, folks, thank y'all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more, and Mamba forever.